Hello and welcome to Fire Emblem Three Houses. If you don't know what this game is, it's basically like an anime XCOM with a huge focus on the relationships between characters, and it's really cool. I started watching a stream of it one day and I had no intention of watching any more, and then I kept watching and watching, and the great thing about it is all the different houses in the game have their own storyline. So I've seen a lot of Blue House. I've seen an awful lot of Blue House. I know a lot about what's going on with their house, but I have absolutely no idea what the other houses were doing during the time that Blue House is doing what it's doing. So that's why I want to play it myself. I really want to know what's going on with the other houses, figure out the full story, and kind of get into it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play a new game. We're going to play it on the hardest difficulty available, which is hard. I believe they are adding, or there's a way to unlock a harder difficulty, but I don't have it available. And we're also going to play on classic, so fallen units are lost forever. Every decision counts. This means you can't just throw away your units, you have to actually think about things and strategize, which is what I want to do. So let's jump in. Connect to network and play online. Yes, there are a few online stuff, but it's nothing too crazy. It's just a little bit of interaction here and there.
Do you recall the Red Canyon? You'll die! 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 You took everything that I loved! He's gone now, Mother.
That was awesome. Although I've seen a lot of the Blue House, I have never seen any of the starting cutscenes, and that is amazing. I love it.
What could have brought you here? I wonder how you got in here. It is most rude to interrupt a moment of repose. Very rude indeed. Now come to me. I wish to have a look at you.
Let's be a man. Sure. Is this form correct? Yes. Seems good to me.
I have not seen the likes of you before. Who are you anyway?
I don't know. I guess I'm immortal.
I see. Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
Yes. So the default name is Byleth. Nah, we'll get rid of that. Yeah, we don't need that name. Oh, no, Byleth's not correct. If you delete all the letters, it goes for Byleth. Weird. Anyway, we are gonna be Alpax. Because why not? It will remind me who I am while we're playing. Right. And done. Yes. That is correct.
I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names. You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
These are very personal questions, and it does sound like you're trying to get into my bank account, but okay. It's the 2nd of the 8th. Yes. It's day 2 of month 8 of the Verdian Rain Moon. Yes, definitely.
Well, wonders never cease. It seems we share our day of birth. How strange. It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap.
Yeah, I could join you with that.
It is almost time to begin.
Hey, time to wake up. Were you having that dream again?
No, let's tell them the truth. I was dreaming about a young girl.
You've described her to me before. I don't think I've ever met anyone like that. In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts.
Doesn't look much like a battlefield. It looks more like a house.
Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed. Okay, time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom. I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn.
Okay. Seems fine to me, of course.
Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir, sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
What's happened?
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you with a situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
Bandits? Here?
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait.
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there were a lot of them.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready.
Definitely. Yeah, let's do this. I believe this is our first look at combat. Right. A little bit of a save and a skirmish at dawn. Prologue, an inevitable encounter.
Let's take care of those thieves before they overrun the village. Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
Okay, so we can select units and move them. And while your unit is next to an enemy, command window will open and you can go and do things. Right, seems good to me. So, first move, let's move us forward. And we can attack. Now there are other things that we can do. You choose what weapon, and then you can choose different combat arts. So we can choose things like the Wrath Strike or to do nothing. Wrath Strike would actually kill them in one hit, so we're probably going to do that. There is a negative to doing these things though. When you use a combat art, you'll see it's got that 3 there. I believe that uses 3 of our durability on our iron sword. So our sword breaks down the more we use more powerful attacks. So it might be best in a situation to use the least amount of power possible in order to succeed. So say we use this iron sword here without using the combat art, well then maybe we could bring someone else in, get them to attack, and then that then allows us to use slightly less power to kill the same enemy. However, I have another idea. Instead of doing that, we're not going to move us, we're going to move Claude here. So bows can attack from a long range, although their hit rate is reduced as range increases. They are effective against flyers like Pegasus Knights and Wyvern Riders.
Ready and willing.
So we're going to move him forward here, and we're going to attack with him. This will lower this guy's health. So, we do that. He gets the first shot off. Fantastic. Other guy can't retaliate because we're too far away. He only has a sword. Weapon durability. There you go. Let's tell us about it now. A weapon will break when repeated use brings its durability to 0. You can fight with a broken weapon, but your might, MT, and hit rate will be reduced. And enemies will make follow-up attacks more easily. Be careful with your weapons. You cannot repair them mid-battle. So now we've done that, if I move forward here, oh, we can talk to Claude, I guess?
It's because of you guys that I'm not dead right now. Thanks for that.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
I didn't expect to run into mercenaries like you in some remote village. The gods of fortune must be smiling on me.
Oh, and he liked that. Fantastic. But now I can attack in here, and that gets us the kill. However, now I think about it. Oh, I've already talked, so I'm stuck where I am. I was thinking if I move the other 2 up, I could then talk to them. But we can do that next turn. Right, I'm going to attack in here. Fantastic. We didn't miss the 96% hit. Good. Right. Battle menu. To use the battle menu to create bookmark saves, view tutorial guides, and more, to access it, press the A button when the cursor is in space without an active unit. Okay. Battle phases. Once all units have taken action, the player phase ends and the enemy phase begins. You can end the player phase early by selecting End from the battle menu. Now I believe if I go up here, we can see their attack radius, and I can click it on like that. So can I do that anywhere? Yeah, so that shows where these guys will aggro from. So what I don't want to do is move our units into that area until we're all ready to go. However, we can't actually move that far, so it doesn't matter.
I'll cut through.
I'm going to move Dimitri here up like that. Good. Right, enemy phase. They didn't do anything because we didn't aggro them.
We'll advance while protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
Terrain effects. Certain terrain will have effects on the unit occupying it. Forests, for instance, will raise a unit's evasion and defense. Move your units to advantageous terrain and prepare to meet the enemy. So it's suggesting if we move our units into the forest here, we'll be better off. And maybe we will. So let's do that.
Yes, good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
Terrain types. Forests are not the only terrain type you'll encounter. Keep an eye out for others such as thickets and heal tiles. You can see the effects of terrain by placing your cursor over it. Press the X button on an empty space to toggle terrain information and unit icons. If I press X here, it hides everything. Probably just going to leave that on all the time. Can I make my way in there? Not quite. So I'm going to move here. Because what I'm planning to do is move Alpax here, right in between them, and now we can have a little chat.
You have a strange aura about you. You say you're a mercenary, so show me what you can do.
Okay. And Dimitri?
Thank you. We are in your debt. It wouldn't do for us to fall in a place like this. Please, lend us your strength. Let's work together to drive out these thieves.
Okay, and then we're going to wait. And then Claude here. We're just going to move right up as well. Because the enemy won't aggro, so it doesn't really matter where he's standing. Okay, so this turn, we want the enemy to aggro.
This is a fine opportunity. Use the combat arts I taught you.
Yes. Combat arts are powerful techniques that use more weapon durability than usual. They do not typically allow for follow-up attacks. Units learn new combat arts when their weapon skills levels go up. There are no combat arts for reason or faith. These skills grant magic instead. Okay. So what I'm thinking here is because they'll aggro onto us when we go into this red bit, I think what we should do is we should put 2 people in each of those ones. We should have one person... Actually, maybe I'll put someone up here as well. And then I'll have one person sit... I'll have Claude sit there. Let's see, can I put her in there? Not quite, but I can have her sit here. And then she should be able to attack anyone who runs into this square next turn. So we'll do that. We'll move Alpax up 1. Move Dimitri up 2. And then we'll move Claude up here. Right, wait. So, enemy phase happens. They run in. Dimitri manages to dodge, which is fairly good. Next one's coming around to hit him as well. Didn't dodge that one, but also didn't take much damage because he's standing in the forest. And then the third one can't really reach. Okay. So I think a good first move is to move Edelgard round here, and she can get the first kill on that guy. Yep, perfect. Very happy we haven't had any misses yet, so it's good. Right. So now I think we can probably get Claude to kill this guy. Yep, perfect. And gets rid of him.
Never underestimate an outsider.
And then we should be able to get rid of the last one with Dimitri and Alpax. So if I head round here, we're going to take a lot of damage like that. So I'm going to bring him back because he's already been hit. So if I do this, we can probably kill him in one hit with the Wrath Strike, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to hit. And he's going to miss. Oh, fantastic. It worked out. 30% chance of missing, and he did miss. And now we can bring Dimitri round here, and he can get the kill. Perfect. Everything's going to plan. Right, using items. Select items option to change your equipped weapons or to use items such as the Vulnerally, which restores your unit's hit points, HP.
Damn, why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
So he's running forward, so it means that these guys are already aggroed, so it doesn't matter where we stand, they're going to run at us. Ah, but...
Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated, making them easier to hit.
Okay, but Geralt has come up with us, so he's going to help us out against these guys. Linked attacks. When you attack an enemy that is also in attack range of one or more of your other units, you will trigger a linked attack. During a linked attack, your avoid rate, ABO, and hit rate are higher than normal. Linked attacks between certain units will also raise Might, MT. Good use of linked attacks is key to defeating powerful enemies. Linked attacks will also build support among the units involved. So those are the little hearts you've been seeing. Support is basically how good your relationship is with other units. So we've been getting a few supports up because we've been standing next to it, and we've also been doing some linked attacks. And then we have item drops. An item icon on an enemy indicates that you'll get an item that is highlighted in green in the unit's details display when you defeat them. Now, the thing about item drops is sometimes the enemy that you need to kill to end a level isn't the one that drops the item, and that then means that you may have to seek out other ones, which is kind of the draw in there. Now, I believe that they're going to just charge Dimitri here. So that's fine, although I might just move him back a square. Although I'm fairly certain that Geralt is going to move forward. So I might move Dimitri to the forest. We're going to come and sit here, so we can attack whoever's attacking Dimitri next turn. Claude, going to run up to the next space. There, and then Edelgard is way too far away to do anything, but we'll run around the other side. See if we can get something done there.
I'm gonna kill you where you stand.
I really hope you don't. That would be a really bad start. Oh, there's the miss. You only had a 46% chance of hitting, so it's fairly likely to miss, but still good. Then again, that thief hit, so who knows? Dimitri's almost leveled up off of this one fight. He probably will, actually, now. Oh, not quite. Okay. Oh, Geralt's come in, stealing our kills.
No match for me.
You know, it's because he's our ally. We don't actually get any XP, so he is literally taking stuff from us by doing that. But anyway, it's fine. Kind of interested. How much damage can Dimitri do to this guy? Can't kill him. Could kill him with Tempest Lance, potentially. Okay. Claude, can we could use a curved shot to hit someone here. And do some damage to either of these ones. Let's just kill this guy with Claude. Yeah. Perfect. Could have moved him closer and avoided using the combat art, but it's not that big a deal. Right. So we can't reach this guy. We could potentially attack him if I just move Dimitri to the side. Like round here. Edelgard is way too far away to do anything, so I'm going to move her up here on the off chance that there's more combat after this, because there's a chance we might miss. I'm going to move Dimitri over here, and I think we'll give him the chance to kill him. Right. Attack. We have to use Tempest Lance, otherwise Dimitri's in a lot of danger. But it's a 97% chance to hit, so, you know, what are the chances we miss? Not very high. And he leveled up, got a ton of experience. And when you level up, you basically get a random selection of stats based upon your class. So his class is noble, so that weighs some other stats. Anyway, we'll get into that later. And we received an iron axe. Great.
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool. Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the Beginning.
Alright then.
Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And I am also called the Beginning. But who once called me that?
What are you talking about? Very good question.
I was not able to recall my name until just now.
That's a very worrying sign.
And just like that, it came to me. How odd. That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name?
No, not at all.
Phooey! That child just saved your life. And what does that make you?
Grateful? I'm not a child.
Such arrogance. You look the part, but are you truly an adult?
That cuts deep.
You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
Yeah, thank you.
There now. Is gratitude so much to ask? I did deem you worth saving after all. Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that?
What will happen when time resumes? Surely everything will carry on as it was and we'll get hit by an axe.
When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end.
Yeah, I thought that might happen.
How rude of you to drag me into this. Now what to do?
Well, I guess I'll just stay here and wait to die.
As though I could stand idly by and watch that come to pass. Oh, but perhaps... Of course! I must turn back the hands of time! Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time. Now go! Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
Hey, over here!
Huh?
Hey, did you just...
The Knights of Seros are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students.
Hey, it wasn't us.
Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them. The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
Stage complete, and yes, Dimitri did deserve the MVP. Very much so.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois. Just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garreg Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
Well, I don't know. I guess I am. That is correct.
Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you?
Sure.
What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seros.
The Knights of Seros? They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
Alright, I'm going. Voice in my head. You can turn back time.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Seros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything?
I didn't know he was a captain.
How curious. I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers Academy at Garreg Mach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power.
I like this guy.
Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
I don't know, you pretty much handled it by yourself.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well,
Well, I think we're gonna go with yellow, the Leicester Alliance. Burgeoning League of Nobles. Yeah, that's where we're gonna go. The one that I've seen a lot of is the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, so I want to go with this one. Red is very interesting to me, because you learn a lot about them in the blue campaign, but I know absolutely nothing about the Yellow House in any way, so I think that makes it a much better one for this playthrough, so that I can have a much better kind of blind thing, and seeing how different people are reacting to the situations, which I know will probably still happen with the other houses. I think that's going to be cool. Anyway, we're going with these guys.
Is that right? Well, that's a win for the Alliance, so I suppose I'm obligated to be happy.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
my, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique.
Uh-huh. Claude. His easy smile is striking, but that smile doesn't reach his eyes. Edelgard. She is a refined young woman, but I feel as though she is always evaluating me. Dimitri. He seems quite sincere, but I sense darkness lurking beneath.
Yes, I thought the same.
I am so sleepy once again.
Thinking about it, Claude and Edelgard were quite, they were quite normal. And then Dimitri's is very worrying, our first impression of him. Anyway.
I may be sleeping, but
Part 1. White Clouds. Great Tree Moon. 3 houses. The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fódlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree.
That's a neat painting.
The continent of Fódlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fódlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fódlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough. There it is. Garreg Mach Monastery.
It's very impressive. Like a fancier Hogwarts, really.
Rhea's here.
That good or bad? Looks a
I
lot.
wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
Looks a lot like the person we saw in the opening cutscene.
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now,
Her? I'm assuming you're talking about Rhea.
You saw her in the courtyard earlier, didn't you? The Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Lady Rhea?
As you know, the majority of folks in Fódlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seiros.
Of course, I obviously know this.
The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Seteth. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right, hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place, I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name?
My name is ...
A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy. Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seiros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon.
Who's they?
Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seiros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
Uh-huh. Services as what? I must work here? You sound very confused about the concept of working. As a mercenary, I guess would be the most obvious thing, us being a mercenary.
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it.
Okay.
You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right?
Right.
Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor.
What? No, it's short professor. Now that's a statement where I want to go, what happened to the previous professor? Because that's always a worrying statement where it's like, they just happen to have a position open for you right now and they'll take you having just met you. That's never a good sign.
And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
Uh-huh.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea.
Will do.
I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Don't sound so disappointed.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, really? Well, we must talk more later. Why are these the only two ones I can say? Why, you're a physician, you're a songstress? Where's that you're available? Alright, you're a songstress?
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Mittelfranc Opera Company's beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses. I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each, have you?
No.
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain. The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
Empress.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flayn is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the Church, especially if they are frequenting Garreg Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
That's a really cool introduction to the characters. I really like that bit.
Of course.
Right, so we're on to the bit of the game, because there's another bit of the game. There's going to be so many more bits to the game. We can now walk around and explore the monastery. And this is, I'm kind of thinking of it sort of like if you were playing a BioWare game. This is the bit where you finish the mission, you come back to your base, and you have a chat with all of your companions to see how they're doing. Except that there's quite a lot of companions, and there's quite a lot of doing. So, while exploring the monastery, use your right stick to look around, plus and minus to zoom in and out, and B and Y to dash. Alright, let's see if I got this right here. Oh, and if you're ever unsure what to do next, look to the left side of the screen. Your current objectives will be displayed there. Move around. We got a menu we can open. Snap the camera. Cool. Well, I think with that, I'm going to end the first episode here. Thank you for watching. I would appreciate it if you would do all of that, like, subscribing, commenting, all that sort of stuff. I'm really interested to see what you think of this, and I hope that you're going to be here to see a lot more of it. Now, I am planning on doing a few streams of this, probably in a week's time. Just to get through some more of the grindy sections. We're going to do some longer streams. There's a little bit of grinding in it, but most of this game is just awesome in general. It's just brilliant, and I love it. and this is exactly my kind of thing, and I've never played a Fire Emblem game before, so that's kind of weird for me. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.